maybe this will be very bad, but hopefully it'll get better as time goes on.
Oh my God!
Hello and welcome to the Quick and Painless Pro Wrestling Podcast. After 3 weeks gone, we're back, fast and furious. I don't know. I said fast and furious already, so we'll just be fast, I guess. But I am. Whoa! Huh? Hey, I haven't called on you yet, sir.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. So
I am one of your hosts, Carter. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your permission, sir. I am the other host, Dillon, and I just want to know exactly which Fast and Furious are we? There's 12 of those movies?
I think so.
Yeah.
What was?
Or are we Hobbs and Shaw?
Well, see, that's what I was going to ask. Does that count? Is Hobbs and Shaw part of the? I mean, it's part of the franchise, but does it?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like Star Wars, where it's like, okay, at the same time this movie was happening, this was also happening?
I have no idea. I've only seen the first Fast and the Furious movie, so.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen. I'm not interested in watching any of them at all.
You haven't seen the most recent Hobbs and Shaw with Roman Reigns?
No, I haven't. I haven't even seen Fast and Furious 2, and that came out 15 years ago.
No, longer than 15 years ago, I think.
Well, I mean, I'm just pulling off the top of my head and doing an estimate of the time frame, but just to give it some buoyancy, yeah.
What about Tokyo Drift?
No.
Don't be so offended.
No Tokyo Drift. No, Congo Drift or
Congo Drift.
Australian Drift. No drifts allowed.
Oh, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Tokyo Boogaloo Drift. No, definitely haven't seen that.
Okay, well, so I guess we can't be Fast and Furious then.
No, we can barely be Quick and Painless. So.
Touche.
Yeah.
Well, enough of that. So it's been 3 weeks. Before we started recording, we each were trying our best to take the blame for why we haven't been recording. I don't know that either of us have really relinquished blame for the other to take.
It's kind of neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
I think we should put a poll up and see what people think.
Yeah.
Who really is to blame? So.
Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's, well, whatever. But either way, here we are. We're back.
Yeah. So stop complaining.
Yeah.
we're here right now. We're doing this.
But a lot of wrestling has happened since the last time we talked. So there's been a lot of major events, some pay-per-views, some free per-views.
A lot of highs.
Yeah.
A lot of lows.
Plenty of lows.
Yep.
Yeah. T's
were crossed and
Lower.
I's were dotted.
No.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Lowercase J's.
Lowercase J's. Across the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
and we'll get into that here shortly. But I think it's catch up time. How have you been? What have you been up to? What are you drinking right now and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, nothing exciting. I'm actually drinking Body Armor Sport Water.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't want to bore people, but I've actually done a lot of research into water lately.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently it's good for you. I don't know. It's crazy.
Wow. What else did you find out about this water?
That's it so far.
Okay.
No, but anyway, so we have another baby shower. It's not even really a real baby shower. It's kind of like a hey, show up to our house and give us diapers.
It's like a baby. It's like a baby bath.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a baby Q. So
Baby Q.
correct. We're having barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Celebration of the incoming baby. So
did it?
correct. Yeah. So kind of saving my drinking for that.
Okay, you are. I get you. I got you.
Also, somewhat unrelated, but and really for no reason at all. But I had some form of alcoholic beverage every day for 2.5 weeks recently. And then I realized it one day. I was like, holy shit, I need to take a break.
Was it just like one a day?
Yeah. Like there was...
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, but it was
like...
Yeah, but like, let's say it's Saturday, then I have like 7. And then like...
I'm just throwing numbers out there, worst case scenarios.
and then Sunday comes and I have like some tequila, right?
Yeah.
And then Monday comes and it's like 1 or 2. And then Tuesday it's 1 or 2. You know what I mean? And so then I was like, after a while, I was like, fuck, man, I gotta take a break.
Yeah, I gotta stop before I start blowing somebody for like a case of beer.
So then I Googled what else do people drink, and that's when I stumbled upon water.
Yeah. I'm glad that it took you to the internet to like find out about this, about what other people are drinking, instead of like looking in your kitchen or in your bathroom at that, silver thing that's right in the middle of it. That's got like a faucet on it.
No, that's teeth brushing juice.
Teeth brushing juice. Oh.
You don't drink that.
No, you don't drink that. Not at all.
No, yeah. Apparently, also another thing I learned: the internet is both a vast and reliable source of information.
I'm sure when it comes to water.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But other than that, no. I mean, it's just it's getting ready for baby, right? So more of that. And cool. I told you earlier, I was watching the new Jay and Violet Sob.
Bay and Violet Job.
The B root.
It's the BB root. So.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
What did you think of that?
I didn't make it all the way through.
God, it's Extreme Rules again.
Again, it has nothing to do with anything. Like, the problem is I try watching these things, like, and I know for a fact I'll never make it all the way through something. Just because whether it's a conference call or, something else coming, whatever. I know that it's like, all right, I'm going to basically have to piecemeal it. Watch a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever. So I made it pretty far through. I'm not sure exactly where I left off. Oh, they just got to Chronicon. Okay. Yeah. So I'm moving my way through, but I actually I really enjoyed it so far.
I did too. I really liked it. It's still got that like slapsticky humor that was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but I mean, it also has a little more heart in it too, I think. Some of the scenes.
Yep. I did catch some of that. Yeah, it starts out a little like,
you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, here we go. More, it's just gonna be all throwback comedy. Like Dante, oh, I'm not even supposed to be here today, and like, them doing like all these jokes that they've already done. And it's kind of how it starts. You're like, man, I don't know about this movie, and then as it gets going. Once they're on the road and they're going, I mean, yes, you still have plenty of callbacks, but you do have a lot of original new stuff, and the dialogue is actually not that bad. But you expect the dialogue to be good because that's kind of Kevin Smith's MO. I mean, Clerks 2, that's what all that movie was, as well as shock and awe humor. But but based on that, no, I mean, and Jason Mewes, as weirded out as I was by whatever's going on with his face.
Dentures, maybe.
He did a great job.
Yeah, I think he really upped his like acting game in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So,
cool. So I assume you got to Chris Jericho's part in that movie.
I did. I got to see Jericho as the leader of the Clan, which was short-lived, unless he resurfaces later, which I'm holding out hope that he does.
I won't spoil anything for you then.
Okay, good. But it was, for what I've seen so far, he did great for the little bit he was in there, and I was just kind of hoping that he was in there longer.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome.
What about you, man?
What about me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Done some golfing, you know?
This is going to be... we have to cut this out. Anytime going forward...
You asked me a question.
We're never doing this again.
I'm answering a question.
It's always... I'm never asking you, because it's always, it's working, it's golfing, it's just, it's crazy weather.
I've never talked about the weather, so...
You got this,
You're putting words in my mouth.
Local sports team did it again.
But no, I recently decided to make a career change.
That's huge.
That's
Professional
huge.
podcaster.
Yes. So I am quitting my job, and I am strictly just doing podcasting all the time.
I knew it.
Whether you're with me or not. So
all different topics. Golf.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about. I got a bunch of topics that I've written down, and I threw them in a hat, and it's the Pick Your Topic podcast.
I like it. Golf, podcasting, wrestling,
work. Weather. So no, but honestly, I decided to start going into a different career path, and I'm just kind of gearing up for that and ready to dive headfirst into that. So
that is awesome. Good for you.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And what am I drinking? I'm glad you asked.
Oh yeah. What a great question by me.
I'm currently drinking a nice cold glass of water in an A&W Frosty mug.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
But I
haven't heard it. I didn't see that on the internet.
Oh, that's not on the internet. That's right here in front of me right now. But I don't know if you can hear the Bay and Violent Bob Beboot, but I don't know if you can hear this or not. But
whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a soundboard.
Yeah, it's a pretty realistic one too. It's a soundboard that does sounds and tastes.
Whoa!
But no, I also have a Founders Solid Gold Premium Lager.
There you go.
Finest hops and malts.
Shout out.
Yes.
Shout out Founders. We got Founders like crazy down here, by the way.
They have. In Indiana, they have Founders down there too.
That doesn't surprise me. It's a state
It's
away.
all over down there. All over.
That is like
it's literally pouring into the streets. And
I don't know if
people are
Founders
just
has their own trucks, but even if they didn't, it would be in Indiana.
That'd probably be the right place for it too. So
I'm on my way home. Might as well stop in Indiana and drop off some beer.
Yep.
It's a little crazier that it's in Virginia.
I can imagine. So yeah, that's good catch-up. Great catch-up.
Yeah. Next time. Oh, I got a fridge.
You got a fridge?
I got a new fridge.
Yeah?
You get to my garage fridge.
Is it a mini fridge?
Fridge.
A mini fridge or like an actual full-size
like
fridge?
Yeah, like I don't know how big they are. 6 foot? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure. Actual size, my size Barbie fridge.
Oh.
But anyway, it was a process because I was trying to make sure I had this in preparation for this weekend, and bought this.
So you bought the fridge specifically for the BBQ.
I mean, 80%, yes.
I mean, that day, that's mostly what it's going to be used for, but after that, it's all mine.
Well, so we can put, like, sides, or like food or whatever in it, as well as beer.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I bought this stupid fridge at a certain large retailer who will remain nameless. And bought it several weeks ago. Supposed to be delivered yesterday. Never got delivered.
Huh.
So I called and I was like, yo, what gibbs? And they were like,
They're like, who is this?
You again?
Mom, is that you again?
And they were like, oh, we had to cancel. We had to cancel your order. And I was like, thanks for telling me. But we can reschedule it for August 1st.
Why did they cancel?
Because apparently they didn't have it in stock.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Give me my money back. They were like, fine. That's pretty much what they said, fine. And I was like, do you need my card? They're like, no, it should be showing up on your account now. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just have to take your word for it. So anyway, long story short, I ended up driving to North Carolina, buying a fridge, throwing it in the back, and bringing it home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, from the way you described that conversation between you and the, we'll just say associate at this unnamed large retailer of refrigerators, it seemed like a pretty calm conversation.
It was. So I called them. I called them the day it was canceled 15 times.
Yeah.
And never got a hold of anyone. So I was a little upset. But called them today. Day had gone by, and I was a lot more calm. So it was very easy.
You want your money back? Yeah. Give me my money back.
Fine, here.
Okay. Do you need my card? No. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Super confrontational. Yeah, that's pretty good. If they made an Unsolved Mysteries about this and they had to reenact it, you nailed it.
Yeah. They need to hire me for that. So
anyways.
Yeah, so there's a lot of wrestling that's happened over the past 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is about. Not about refrigerators and founders.
Founders. Okay, so wrestling. Yeah, yeah, so we had Fight for the Fallen last week. And I originally wanted to talk about that last week. But then you were like, oh, sorry, I can't record. Yeah, just too busy working and golfing.
It's not how that conversation went.
But yeah, so Brian Cage finally had his shot at Jon Moxley.
Yes.
At Fight for the Fallen, among many other things, and we can talk about that. We don't need to necessarily go, match for match, event for event, but
we'll dabble.
We'll do some highlights. And I mean, kind of going off of what our last show was, we don't need to do our best and worst segments. Let's just kick back, man. Let's just talk like we used to.
Put my feet up.
Yeah.
Grab my deodorant, make sure I smell good, and just relax.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got a full, all senses engaged.
Soundboard. Experience of what I'm doing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to quickpainpod.com and get your very own aromatherapy Dillon scented candle.
And the Quick and Painless podcast deodorant coming soon.
Yep. So anyway, with Fight for the Fallen, words, holy shit,
are not working.
Brian Cage versus Jon Moxley. What'd you think of it?
I hated the ending. I gotta be honest.
Okay.
I hated the ending.
And just for everybody out there, in case you missed it, the ending was Jon Moxley had the armbar deep on Brian Cage, and Taz threw in the towel.
Yep. I think that I understand that they probably needed an out for that match because obviously they didn't want Moxley to lose, and they didn't want Cage to lose either. I mean, either by pinfall or submission. So this was kind of their way of having an out so Cage doesn't necessarily look weak. I mean, does that sound about right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they write themselves into a corner. Because, I mean, you've seen it on Being the Elite before, where they'll talk about something and then and it's kind of their way of like poking fun, but they'll talk about something and then they'll say, no, that's way too much like WWE. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's real, like that's true to life with how they write, because I feel like they get themselves in these situations and they're like, well, we don't want Cage to look weak, so how do we get him out of it? And I feel like an easy answer would be have him get disqualified.
Well, that's, for me, that would be like an easy way out. Like, too easy of a way out, you know what I mean? To get disqualified, because he really wants that title. I mean, the way that, honestly, the way that Taz has been talking, it sounds like Taz wants that title more than Brian Cage, but,
yeah.
But, you know, from the promos that have been done, you know, they're making it seem like Brian Cage really wants that title, so why would he just go and get himself disqualified? I mean, for me, that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I just think Brian Cage had like so much momentum going into this match. I think he could have done more on the promo side instead of Taz doing all the talking for him. Because the way Taz was cutting those promos, it made it sound like Taz wanted to be in that match. Like Jon Moxley was going to face Taz instead of Brian Cage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think he came out of that just not looking strong at all, even with that finish.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, pretty much as soon as that match was over, I was like, okay, so is Brian Cage feuding with Darby Allin now?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Darby did come out. Yeah. And it looks like that's the direction that they're going.
Well, now, we're going to jump around. I guess we'll just stay on AEW, but
okay.
If you saw Dynamite last night, looks like the feud, Ricky Starks, if you watch Dark, Ricky Starks has joined that stable of Taz and Brian Cage. Mm-hmm. And so it looks like the feud is going to be Ricky Starks versus Darby Allin.
Okay, yeah. With Brian Cage maybe as like some sort of support player, you know, kind of in that feud, but not specifically feuding with Darby. Just kind of there in the background lurking, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be kind of this 4-way feud for a while. I mean, hopefully it's for a while. I don't want them to just churn through challengers. Like, I feel like Brody Lee had one shot and they're like, all right, enough of this.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
The booking has been kind of wonky, I think, a little bit with AEW.
Maybe it's smart to not do title changes amidst a pandemic, you know, with no real fans, you know, being able to attend the events.
Right. Well, I'm not saying like Moxley should have dropped the title or anything like that. I just think there could have been a better finish to that match.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there.
So maybe like a double knockout or something, or, you know, something along those lines, I think would have made maybe a little bit more sense, but not having Taz throwing the towel after he's built up Brian Cage for weeks, calling him a machine and then giving him the FTW title. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, you definitely paint him to be like the baddest mofo on the planet.
I mean, that's what that FTW title means. You're the baddest son of a bitch on the planet.
Right.
Then you get that title, and then your manager throws in the towel for you. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm also kind of disappointed in AEW for their lack of not using MJF.
So this was last week, right?
Well, last week. I know last night he did have a match, but it wasn't like a high-profile match. It just seems like, the way MJF is all around, I think, the best wrestler in that company. I mean, I'm not saying his technical skills are, that level, but as far as being a wrestler and being able to tell a story and being able to get his persona across, he's the best at it, I think. He's the best. And
okay, well, hang on now. Chris Jericho is in that company.
Well, the thing is, you have somebody like that. Like, he's young too. He's only in his early 20s, and he sounds and acts like he's been doing this for 15 years or so. Like, I think he's that good. And for 2 weeks in a row, you just have him sitting out in the crowd, not doing anything. To me, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that could be planting the seed. He could be...
He wasn't doing anything out in the crowd.
I know, but it could be planting
He wasn't planting any seeds. He was planting his ass in a chair the entire time.
That's what I'm saying. It's him. This contention is growing because he's going to say, I'm undefeated, never been pinned, never been submitted, and you've got me relegated to sitting in a seat watching these nobodies wrestle and get their opportunity. What about my opportunity? When do I get a shot at Moxley?
Well, if they go that route, then I can live with that. But
then there you go.
As of right now, I don't see any of that. Who was the guy that he faced last night on Dynamite?
Griff Garrison.
Is that the Ivy League dude?
Yes.
Ivy League Griff Garrison. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and Griff Garrison's been on twice. I think he did maybe an episode of Dark or 2 episodes of Dark, and then he was on Dynamite.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Well, I know that their roster is minimal due to coronavirus testing, so I know that that's part of it. Not with MJF. You're valid in everything you're saying with MJF, but I mean as far as them highlighting other wrestlers, it's because QT Marshall's school is right there. And they've got all of those guys and gals from that school that are readily tested, and so that's why they're kind of pumping through those. But there really is no excuse for MJF though, unless it's building for a storyline down the road.
Yeah, but like I said, as of right now, I can't tell if that's happening or not. So, yeah. What else happened?
Well, okay, kind of on the same path as Brian Cage in terms of new talent getting opportunities. Slammiversary was also this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Impact Wrestling coming back. Fast and Furious.
12.
Hobbs and Shaw. Listen, I know we said we're not doing best and worst, but if we're going to rate the events, Slammiversary might have been the best event that took place in the last week.
Oh, they definitely put on quite a show. It was a very, very solid show.
Totally. But I guess, excuse me,
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry. The reason I liken Fight for the Fallen to or Brian Cage to Slammiversary is because Impact had a lot of new or returning talents on that show. You had the Motor City Machine Guns are back.
Yep.
Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. That is one of my favorite tag teams in the last decade. Yep. You had Eric Young, who probably should have never left Impact Wrestling based on how things turned out in NXT and WWE. EC3,
Yep.
Same deal. And Heath Slater. Am I missing anybody?
You're like, and Heath Slater. Yeah, the Good Brothers.
Oh, shit. The Good Brothers. Yes, of course.
Bringing their beer skis to Impact. So, no, they they just got like a buttload of talent.
Totally.
Buttload of talent. And I think they were all presented well on that show.
And that's exactly where I was going with that, is you had Brian Cage with all this momentum going into Fight for the Fallen, only for it to be deflated because of that weird finish at the end. Mm-hmm. And then now you look to Impact with all of this new talent, and I would say all of them still have momentum. And you jump ahead to their show. I don't even know what's their weekly show called. Just Impact Wrestling on Access.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Okay, so you jump to that,
yeah.
And the Motor City Machine Guns beat the North for the Impact Tag Team titles. Mm-hmm. So, you want to talk about, number one, creating momentum, and then number two, capitalizing on said momentum. That's how you do it. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe Cage doesn't beat Mox and become champ, but you better believe he doesn't have the same momentum.
No. Any momentum that he had before this match or after this match, not saying he still doesn't have momentum, but it feels like it's been cut in half.
Yeah, completely agreed.
Yeah.
But the Good Brothers, they look strong. They look strong at Slammiversary. They look strong on TV. Even Heath Slater, like...
He came out and cut a good promo.
Yeah.
It was very good.
So, Impact, man. Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, they're no dummies.
It definitely seems like, I know this probably gets thrown out, in the wrestling world quite a bit, but, it seems like it's a reset for Impact Wrestling in a way. I think they've got, a lot of momentum right now, and they've got a strong foundation of talent that they can really, go places with and possibly do some big things. Probably maybe some of the biggest things that they've done in that company for years. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and this is wishful thinking, half wishful thinking, but also maybe not, I don't know. It'd be really cool to see them do some type of collaboration with AEW. Get that extra exposure.
Yeah.
Whether it's just, hey, Cody's doing the TNT Open Challenge every week, let Sami Callihan show up and challenge one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then how do you do the finish for that match? Because those are both two top guys in their respective companies, and you got to think their companies be like, well, I don't want my guy to look weak in this. Well, I don't want my guy to look weak in this. What are we gonna do?
You gotta have a finish. You gotta figure it out. I think I think it just comes down to money.
Yeah.
If you're going to borrow talent, then maybe you're going to
have a hefty compensation for borrowing that talent.
Or maybe it's the other way around, right? Because obviously if Impact is trying to get the exposure, then they would have to pay AEW for it. Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll pay you to be able to mention Impact and talk about Impact and Sammy's accolades and all this other stuff. Obviously, Cody, you're going to go over, but we also need Sammy to have a good payday.
Yeah.
It's almost like we'll pay you, but you pay Sammy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon figured it out with what was it? Hulk Hogan and Inoki.
Oh, and what? Big Japan?
Big Japan?
Big Japan?
Yeah.
One of those Japans.
So. one of the Japans. I don't know how many there are.
But Hulk went over there. Yeah.
Hulk doesn't even know which one.
Yeah. Have you ever, there's one time I sent you a video of Hulk doing a match in Japan with the Great Muta, I believe, and like Hulk can work. Hulk is in Japan. Hulk works.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But also back to AEW real quick. Dynamite, Cody had that open challenge for the TNT Championship, and Eddie Kingston showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, another NWA guy.
Yep.
I mean, I like Kingston, but I don't know if he's signed to a contract with AEW or if it was just a one-off appearance. But I mean, that's kind of looking a little iffy for the NWA.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was you that was telling me that a lot of people are trying to get out, right? And so
I might have said that. I can't remember, but
I mean, it's looking like that's coming to fruition. I mean, it's not like they're running shows.
No, they're not doing anything.
So I don't know how you can hold people. I don't know how you can hold people back. And say, no, you're contractually obligated. Okay, well, you're not running. So what am I supposed to do?
Right.
So
I mean, if that's the case, that's a shame because I've said it before. We really like the NWA and like their presentation, and they had a lot of good people on that show too. But I don't know. It's crapping a little bit. It's crapping.
Yeah, it is, and it's too bad. I mean, great presentation, great promotion, all the history. It looks like it was doing well, and then and so now if it doesn't recover, now you've got all that talent that you've got to think about. So before we were talking about all the talent that was released from WWE recently and where they're all going to go, and most of them showed up on Impact.
Yeah.
So now, who's left, right? Rusev's still out there.
Rusev,
Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, yep. God, who else was released?
Is that it? So I think those are the only two that are left that I haven't signed anywhere.
I'm sure there might be a couple more. We're just not thinking of it off the top of our heads, but
probably.
Yeah. So.
But now, if let's say that is the case, and NWA is like, hey, we're shutting it down through the rest of the year, you've got all this other talent that's going to be like, okay, I want my release then. Mm-hmm. So now this huge talent pool is going to be out looking. I mean, you already lost Cole Cabana. You already lost Ricky Starks, who in my view was the future of that company as it was.
Yeah.
And now maybe you lose Kingston. God forbid you lose Aldis or Eli Drake.
God. Yeah.
Or James Storm.
No kidding. Oh, I hope they make it through and they're soon hopefully able to put on more shows. But we'll just wait and see, I guess.
Yep. Your famous line.
Yeah, wait and see.
Well, we'll wait and see. Is that the name of your podcast? That's the name of your topic podcast?
Wait and see podcast. It's going to take me like 6 months to put out an episode because I'm just going to be waiting. So.
Still fumbling through the hat full of topics. Oh, I don't know.
I'll just wait and see. So. Speaking of waiting and seeing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There was a pay-per-view last Sunday.
Speaking of impaired vision, oh wait.
Yeah. Speaking of people leaving. Extreme Rules.
Yeah, the horror show.
The horror show. And
right.
Boy, oh boy. I can't say it didn't live up to its title. Okay. Yeah. I can't. It
maybe not. Maybe not for the reasons they were thinking, but
yeah. I'm. You know what? It sucked. It sucked. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It sucked.
Okay, so give me 5 reasons it sucked.
5 reasons it sucked? Oh.
Okay, I'll spot you one.
Spot me one reason.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Finished Sasha and Asuka.
Yeah.
Puking.
Okay.
Fake eyeballs.
Okay, that's the same match.
I know. I know. Swamps.
Okay.
Braun Strowman hitting himself with a shovel. Was that? I think that's 6, right?
No, I think that's only 4.
Oh, well, 5 altogether. You spotted me one.
Yeah, without saying anything.
Yeah.
You're right. That did suck.
Alexa Bliss.
Okay. Good enough. Okay,
I can keep going if you want.
So you're mostly upset about the Seth Rollins Rey Mysterio match.
I mean, I'll be honest. The wrestling part of it was good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying anybody on that show didn't like bust their ass or tried to do the best that they could, because they did.
Yeah,
they did. And, and that's nothing against those guys or women whatsoever, but the booking decisions.
Totally.
It's the booking decisions. I mean, does anybody honestly believe that somebody's going to get an eye pulled out in a match? Like, do you honestly believe that? No. Nobody believes that.
No.
Nobody at all. So if nobody believes that that's actually going to happen, why do it? Why?
Okay, Dylan. Undertaker struck some man with a bolt of lightning, and he burst into flames.
We're not getting back into this again. We're not getting back into this again. People believe in the Undertaker, so he can get away with it. He can get away with it.
It's the classic Undertaker rule.
It's every time.
Well, see, I'm gonna read some of the texts that I sent to you when I was watching that.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not gonna read them. I just remember what I said to you. But so Samoa Joe is banned from doing the Muscle Buster, but Seth Rollins can gouge Rey Mysterio's eye out.
I think I said yes.
So Seth Rollins is banned from doing the buckle bomb, but he can gouge Rey Mysterio's eye out.
And I think I also replied with yes.
You can no longer strike an opposing wrestler in the head with a chair. That is banned. But Seth Rollins can gouge Rey Mysterio's eye out.
I might have given you a thumbs up on that one.
It's just, the whole idea, the whole concept is just completely asinine. I mean, we've said it before about the lack of continuity. We've said it before about WWE just really, just infantilizing. There we go. Words.
Ooh. Do you have a dictionary right in front of you?
No.
Oh.
They're just infantilizing their fan base. And it just drives me so crazy because, like you said, you really believe that. You really believe that this is going to happen. And again, I know we're talking about live action theater of grown men in their underwear, fake fighting each other. I get it. But again, there is a level of belief that needs to be maintained. And if we're talking about, health and safety of wrestlers, I mean, you've got people in the crowd 6 feet apart from each other wearing face masks so they don't get sick.
And Seth Rollins is puking on the floor right in front of him.
But you want to talk about health and safety. Like, we care about everyone's well-being. You know what I mean? But we're going to sanction a match where you can rip a guy's eye out.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any damn sense.
No sense whatsoever. Mysterio could have stopped it. You see how, like, Seth was, like, pushing his head into the corner of those stairs?
Yeah.
His hands were right in front of his face the entire time. Ray's hands were on the steps, right in front of his face the entire time. Seth didn't even try to, like, move his hands out of the way and then push his head. He was pushing his head, and, like, Ray kept his hands there, and all of a sudden, like, the great seas, his hands parted, and his eye went into, like, the corner of the stairs.
Yeah.
And how do you even, like, get somebody's eyeball out by pushing it into the corner of a stair?
Yeah, you would think that would push it in.
Yeah.
Like you would pop it or something.
Yeah, it would pop, or, like, you know, it would get stuck on the corner of the stair, so when you pull your head back, the eye is still stuck, like, on that point or something. Like you're sticking a knife through an olive.
Yeah, that would have been a sight.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Get me a towel. Get a towel. His eye's out. So.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's, you said, if I ever lose an eye, I hope that you will be kind enough to give me a towel.
There's no blood either.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
terrible.
Okay, so let's put this in. Let's say this another way. Okay, let's say yes, the eye is going to come out. People are tuning into this match because theoretically, they want to see somebody's eye get pulled out, correct?
Right.
They want to see what's going to happen. Okay. So it quote unquote happens. Okay. I'm using air quotes right now. You can't see me, but it happens and it's out. Okay. Air quotes. It's out.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, I had to, like, rewind it 3 or 4 times because I didn't even see the eye the first time.
Yeah.
He had it, like, so balled up in his hand. Like, I had to seriously rewind it and then pause it, like, frame by frame so I could catch, like, a little glimmer of this marble that they painted white that Ray is holding in his hand.
Right.
I mean, how you... as ridiculous as it is, how are you going to promote something like that and not show anybody the eye?
Right.
I mean, what the hell, dude?
You know what my favorite part is Ray is in control and he's beating on Seth Rollins. He's, you know, firing up and everything, and they're on the outside and he's trying to drive Seth Rollins' eye into that same corner. Yeah. And all the fans are like, yeah, gouge his eye out. Yeah, F that guy. And then to save his sight, his vision, his career, and potentially his life, Seth Rollins, out of desperation, delivers a low blow to Rey Mysterio, and everyone boos him.
Boo this man! He has a baby on the way, too, so he was thinking of his child. He wants to be able to see his child when it's born.
I don't care. You don't hit a man below the belt.
Boo this man.
Oh my gosh, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
You know, thank God that they did this match when no fans were allowed in. Because I feel like everyone would be like, what? What's happening? What do we do? Did we cheer? I don't know. Who won?
Seth's puking. So.
Does that mean he's disqualified?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
Not a good night. Not a good night at all.
I will say I did enjoy the wrestling of that match. I enjoyed the wrestling of Sasha and Asuka. There were some some miscues here and there, but overall good match. Who did Bayley wrestle again? Oh yeah, Nikki Cross.
Yep.
That match was good too. I really enjoyed it. I think that one was probably the best match of the night. The wrestling and the story was well told. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Good.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
The story was well told. But
Yes.
the story was dumb.
Yes.
Like, just because you can tell it doesn't mean it needs to be told.
Or that it's a good story.
Right.
Yeah. I mean the way they executed it. People listening, I don't know if this like makes sense to you or not, but the way they executed the stipulations that were put in place for that match, they did a decent job of doing that. But as far as like the stipulations, what am I trying to say? Stipulations being necessary and what would you say?
Well, okay, so just to recap. So it was a match. It was a match that Dolph Ziggler could choose he could enact a stipulation of his choosing.
Yes.
So prior to the match, he says, it's going to be Extreme Rules, only for me. So I can do whatever and not get disqualified. But you have to be, it's a normal match for you.
Play it by the book.
And if you get counted out, you lose the title. Mm-hmm. So kind of muddy. You know, that's a lot for the average viewer to keep up with. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's normal.
I mean, honestly, for me, it was, I kind of had to like actually pay attention, just so I could make sure that I was following along with the stipulations that were put in place, not necessarily with Ziggler, but with McIntyre. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that difficult. I thought it was basically, okay, Ziggler can do whatever the hell he wants and McIntyre can't.
Yeah.
So, but the issue I have with it is, how weak must you be to be Dolph Ziggler? I mean, you want to talk about, I realize he's a heel and no one really likes him anyway. Or maybe they do, I don't know. I don't like him.
And I speak for everybody.
But how do you come back from that? Like, how weak is your character? It is no DQ, only for me. I could go get in my truck and run you over and like just stay over top of you, and that's a pin, and I win.
Yeah.
But you lost. Like, at no point, like, this feud is over.
No, it's not over.
Oh no, it has to be. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, like,
there's more coming. So
at no point can you get the better of him now. Like, there's no reason for it to continue.
So I mean, I see that. So like in the first match that you have in this feud, in your first match, you already pretty much did everything that you could.
Exactly.
To beat him or to like try and cheat him out and beat him for the title. And you didn't do it. So,
yep.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
Exactly. Like, maybe if they had a normal match and he lost, then he could be like, oh, well, that's not fair. You know, we need to do it this way. And then they had that stipulation match. Okay, I get it. But you have nowhere to go. Like, maybe you can be like, cage match. That way you have to escape to beat me. You know, maybe you go that way. But
I wouldn't be surprised if they went that
way. Still, like, how... What?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that, actually, for the next match.
Based on how much they love ladder matches, that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And they'll add someone for some dumb reason.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin.
No.
John Cena.
This is not good shit.
So that
you're
was
right, though.
that.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but you're right. You've already, where can you go? It's only downhill from there. So. It's only downhill from there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it necessarily started out on a high note.
Yeah. So you did not see the Swamp match.
No, I had an issue with WWE Network. I paused it before the Swamp match, and I was like, I'll come back and watch it a little later. Came back to watch it later, booted me out, tried to resume playing, and it started from the beginning all over again, and I couldn't skip. So I was like, to hell with this. So no, haven't seen it. Just seen clips on social media.
Yeah. Sounds like they didn't want you to see it and then talk about it on the show. So.
Yeah, I know we've got some producers that are avid listeners of Quick and Painless Pro Wrestling Podcast, and I don't know that they take too kindly to our hate speech that we spew week after week.
Yeah. I don't even want to know if I want to go through the trouble and telling you about this.
I do. Okay, well, I do have to admit, I have no idea who won.
I think Bray Wyatt won.
Really?
I think. I don't know. There wasn't a pinfall. Honestly, the match ended with Bray coming out of the water, pulling Braun Strowman in, and then they were struggling in the water. Then all of a sudden, the water turned red. And then Bray Wyatt came back up as the Fiend. And that was it.
That's like a fucked up version of Shape of Water.
Yeah. That's how the match ended. So I'm assuming Bray won? Yeah.
So, okay. So we won't know until SmackDown.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we won't. Apparently, I guess, I don't know, something. We got to find something out. So, something. It was just, I don't know. Remember, after we watched WrestleMania and we talked about the Undertaker and AJ Styles match?
Yeah, the Boneyard match.
Boneyard match. And I think I said something along the line.
Fight pit.
Yeah, no, this was no fight pit.
Okay.
I think I said something along the line of, okay, they did this cinematic style match. I hope this doesn't become a trend where they start doing more and more of these.
Yeah, they misunderstood what you said.
Yeah, it must have been opposite day.
They were like, more? Oh, yeah.
You want more of these? Okay. They're just going to keep churning these out, aren't they? They're just going to keep making these.
They will do one per pay-per-view, guaranteed. One per pay-per-view.
Oh, my God.
There's got to be, Swamp Thing 2 or something like that.
Swamp Thing 2.
Toxic Avenger.
Part 5.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. If done right, it can be good.
Yeah.
But
the Boneyard match wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was good for what it was, and but when you do a match like that, you know that the way it's being shot and everything, they're not actually fighting. So going into it and you're watching it, you're not seeing it as an actual struggle between two competitors trying to win. You're looking at it as an action movie.
Totally. I don't know. I guess that's, we've talked about it before where we're saying, I don't know that anyone has really adapted their presentation to an audience at home. Everyone's still playing to as if there's an audience there in the arena. Now, granted, that now there is, right? They do at the Performance Center. They've got developmental talent or whoever in the crowd. Mm-hmm. And AEW, it's all of their, whether it's QT Marshall students or AEW contracted wrestlers on the outside. So, I mean, they do have an audience.
Yeah.
But maybe this is their way of kind of bridging that gap. Okay, well, we don't necessarily have a live audience we have to appease. We have that audience at home that we have to appease. And what do people at home watching TV like? Movies. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying this has to be along the lines of their thinking.
Yeah. Stop trying to put it more into a positive light. Stop looking at it from a business side. Just be angry and hate it.
Listen,
say it was crap.
There are plenty of things that I'm angry at when I watch wrestling, and I'm like, what the hell? But I also, like I said, I try to put myself in their shoes, and I try to, I don't know. I mean, I know that there's so much that gets pitched on a daily, weekly basis, and we only see a fraction of those things. And I'm sure some of the things, well, I'm sure some of those things that we see aren't even the good ideas. You know what I mean?
So the stuff that makes it on the TV are the good ideas?
No, I'm saying aren't the good ideas.
So the eye for an eye match was a good idea that they thought was good enough to make it onto TV.
No, I'm saying,
I would hate to see what other ideas there was before they decided on this one.
Okay, guys, get this. Ear for an ear. Reffed by Mick Foley.
Picasso on a pole match. I don't know.
What I'm saying, though, is some of these producers, like, they catch all the flack, right? Or the writers, rather. The writers catch all this flack and saying, oh, WWE writers are so dumb. Half the time, it's not even their idea,
What's the problem? They have writers in there.
Yeah, well.
Writers for, like, TV shows.
We don't pay you to write. We pay you to nod.
I'm nodding right now.
Okay, good.
I want my money.
FaceTime me right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Yeah. Extreme Rules. The horror show.
So, going back to Dynamite.
Okay.
And Eddie Kingston, for that matter. What did you think of that match?
I think like 14-year-old me would have been like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
How old am I? 35-year-old me?
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was kind of like, thumbtacks. Okay. I mean, you didn't know Eddie Kingston was coming out, but somehow he was able to put thumbtacks under the ring before, before.
Well, it's
everything.
not like he just showed up to the arena right then.
Well, I mean, so he was just out walking around where he could. Cody's an EVP, all right.
So
he had to be a part of some sort of negotiation to pay him for this appearance. You're telling me he didn't know Eddie Kingston was coming?
No, it was Tony Khan. He said that before the match.
Okay. Well, anyways.
You didn't hear his promo?
I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was a good promo. Per usual. Eddie Kingston. Good on the mic.
So, I don't know. I mean, it was decent. Like I said, just the whole thumbtacks thing kind of... yeah.
I liked it. I think it shows Cody's range. I like that he's wrestling all kinds of different different wrestlers and adapting really well. You know, with a match like that with Kingston, maybe they planned the thumbtack spot, they planned the finish. That's probably it.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of it is let's just brawl. You know, and Kingston, I don't know if you saw, Kingston is not soft. Very snug.
He's hard.
Yeah. So, used to cross paths with Kingston in the old Mid-South and CZW days. Good dude.
Yeah.
But also, not soft. Not that I've worked with him, but just watch any of his matches.
Yeah. Safe hard.
Right.
Hit you hard in safe spots.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was cool seeing that, and then seeing Cody like adapt to it too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I enjoy that. I enjoy the diversity in styles that he's kind of showcasing. So I'll be really interested to see. I mean, every week it's like, I mean, we've said before that if we're going to watch one show each week, it's probably going to be Dynamite. Mm-hmm. But now I'm extra motivated to watch Dynamite because of this open challenge.
You didn't catch NXT at all, did you? I can't remember.
Unfortunately, I did not.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because we were kind of briefly talking about it beforehand. But my favorite part of NXT is Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah.
Right now, with what was it? Thatch's Thatch Can segments that he does. Have you ever seen those?
I haven't. No.
No, it's like a little minute and a half segment where he's in a ring and he has like 3 students in the ring, and he's going through and taking a student and basically like stretching them and applying all these different maneuvers and telling them how to do it and how to bend their arm to, really.
So it's like Stu Hart in the dungeon.
That's exactly what it is.
Nice.
That's exactly what it is. And then, after he's finished, he'll tell me, get out of here, you make me sick, or, I got to clean up all these tears off the mat from you guys crying now. So, yeah. So he's kind of going with that, like, shooter, grappler kind of thing. And I've really been enjoying that. Enjoying that, and Timothy Thatcher as well. So, definitely been a highlight on NXT for me. But we also had the announcement last night that Keith Lee is no longer going to be the North American champion. He is dropping the title, and over the next few weeks, we are going to have a series of triple threat matches to determine who will compete in a ladder match at the next NXT TakeOver. I think it'll be like a triple threat ladder match. So they'll have three sets of triple. Wait, okay. Get your calculator out because I'm going to try to explain this.
Okay.
3 sets of triple threat matches to determine the 3 men who are going to be in this triple threat ladder match.
Got it.
Did I say that correctly?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So.
Okay.
So there you go.
Wow. Okay.
I think they had the first match last night. I think it was, God, who was it? It was Gargano, Strong, and oh God, I can't remember. Hold on, I'll pull this up real quick. In editing, you can just like throw in some music right here. So.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah. Gargano, Strong, and Bronson Reed.
Okay.
Bronson Reed ended up winning.
I was going to say, I feel like it can't be Gargano or Strong.
No, because they've both had runs already with that North American title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been pretty much booked to be at the top of the card for quite a while. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be Damian Priest that wins.
I don't know if he's involved in one of those triple threat matches that's going to be coming up.
Okay, then Trevor Lee. I don't know what his new name is.
I know Finn Balor is in one of them.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
He'll be in the ladder match.
I think Finn will be in the ladder match, yeah. I don't know if he'll win it, but I think he will be in that ladder match.
What's Trevor Lee's new name? Cameron Graves or something?
Cameron Grimes?
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll be in it.
So you're going with Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and Finn Balor.
Yep.
There you go. Carter's picks for NXT TakeOver, the 3-man triple threat ladder match.
And Balor will probably win.
It's a toss-up, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they do pretty good at elevating new stars on NXT. I mean, essentially that's the reason it exists. Mm-hmm. But you also, I mean, let's face it, whether people want to acknowledge it or not, the ratings war is a real thing. And, they don't like losing. Triple H doesn't like losing. Vince especially doesn't like losing. Why do you think he's more involved in it now? Why do you think they sent Charlotte there? They need title holders to be bringing eyes to the product. So it's going to be Finn Balor because he's an established name and someone that people tune in to see. So that's the way I see it. Could be very wrong. It could be nowhere close. It's going to be, random somebody that I haven't heard of that wins. I don't know.
What else do we have? Karrion Kross beat Dijakovic in a match.
Nice.
And but I think at one point Keith Lee came out during the match and was standing at ringside. So then, basically, Karrion Kross just beat the holy crap out of Dijakovic right in front of Keith Lee, or while Keith Lee is watching, and just made him beat him till he was unconscious.
Okay.
So they're setting something up between Kross and Lee right there, because Dijakovic and Lee already have that mutual respect for each other.
Yep.
Because of the matches they've had. So I mean,
yep. It's the old Rocky storyline.
The old Rocky storyline.
Yeah.
Which Rocky?
Where he kills Clubber Lang.
No. What?
Rocky IV.
Okay, yeah. There's some comparisons to that, yeah, slight comparisons.
No, man, that's all there is.
Slight comparisons?
No,
that's
nothing
all that
but
wrestling is made of. Slight comparisons.
No, one thing I've figured out is that the majority of WWE's good storylines are all stolen from Rocky.
Oh, everything's stolen from everything now.
True.
So you got a plethora of material that you can, pluck away at and take something from and put your own twist on it. But
well, I tell you, I'm waiting for somebody to steal from Jay and Silent Bob reboot. See Chris Jericho as a clan leader.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll go.
Sebastian Bach's gonna steal that from Jericho.
There you go.
Yeah.
The most recent thing I saw was Adam Cole on the Pat McAfee show.
I read about this. I read about it, but I didn't see it.
So yeah, I saw it. I don't know, maybe a couple hours ago, I guess. So I mean, it's relatively new. I think it happened today, but yeah, and Adam Cole on the Pat McAfee show, where they got into it, had a war of words between the two of them, and then Adam Cole stormed off the set, pushed some guy, and said several F words. Well,
nice.
One F word multiple times.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
Yep. And everyone's like, "Oh no, it's real. It's real." And then, and then it was trending like #1 on Twitter, and which I thought was cool. So like I clicked on it, and you read all these people like, "Man, Adam Cole's such an entitled bitch. Like why has he got to act like that on a show? Like man, he's not a real fighter." Oh my God! Like I don't know.
In-depth analysis.
Right. I see so many people like getting, trolled because of that. Like, dude, come on. It's like the old.
What do you make of that?
It's a work.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It did work.
Adam Cole trended #1.
Yep. So
it did its job, and they did a great job with it. Mm-hmm. And Pat MacAfee, I mean, he's a big wrestling fan. Works for the WWE, so.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then it's a work.
Yeah.
yeah, baby.
Jimmy King.
We're just working, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. That's it. Did we catch up? I mean, I'm sure. Obviously, we jumped over a lot of things, but
yeah,
I think we covered the important things. I mean,
yeah, Pat McAfee,
Mysterio's eye, Brian Cage, Eddie Kingston,
Friday the 13th ripoff.
Yeah,
Swamp Fight, yeah.
Swamp Thang, yep.
Swamp Thang. That's the name of the episode this week.
That's like Swamp Thing meets How Stella Got Her Groove.
Yeah, Swamp Thang. Said that in the whitest way possible.
Oh. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Anything else you would like to add before I get viciously attacked on social media for saying that?
Which part? The white part?
Yeah, the white part.
No, it's fine.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
You can. Well, I'll leave it alone.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Oh no.
Nothing else you'd like to add, though?
No, not now.
Yeah, we need to get out of here fast.
Yeah. Oh, no, I will say at the end of our last episode, I mentioned that we will have merchandise available.
We have merchandise available.
But we do now. It's
available.
true now. Yeah, the link is on our Instagram at Quick Pain Pod.
Yes.
I just realized it is not on our Twitter, but I will add it, and that is also at Quick Pain Pod. But if you click on our profile, there should be a little link to click on, and you can get shirts, you can get coffee mugs, you can get iPhone cases, you can get stickers,
masks,
what else? Onesies,
what else?
If you happen to have a baby on the way.
Yeah, hoodies.
What else? Is there anything else?
What else? What else was on it? Coffee cups.
I said that. Yep, but hoodies.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yep.
Notebooks.
Notebook.
Baseball T-shirts.
Pins.
Yeah, you name
Pins.
it within reason, and we got it.
Yeah. Go get some of that. Yeah, pins. Go get some of that sweet swag. So.
Boots and pants.
Yeah. Yeah, go get some of that cool merchandise and line our pockets, our wallets with cash too. So.
Yeah, cash. We got that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want cash with us on it, You just buy some stickers and give us your cash.
Yep. It's that simple.
Simple.
But no, go check it out, though. Go check it out.
Yeah, do it.
Pick up something. It's
and put it on your body.
Yeah. Put our logo on your body.
Yeah.
Anything else? Nothing?
No. That's it.
Nothing at all?
Is 1,200 million.
Anything else you would like to add?
Nothing at all.
Okay. We must have lost a connection there for a second. Because I think I said that 3 times.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting out of here now.
Yeah, we gotta go. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, QuickPayPod.com. Go look it up. Merchandise. Go get it.